Welcome back to my channel for this week's Human Design Transit Report. And today is Monday, August 14th, and the new transit starts on Friday, the 18th. So if you want to have information on the current transit that we're in right now, you can go here and watch last week's transit report, which is where I shared about the transit we're in right now. But if you want to plan and know what's coming up starting on Friday, then go ahead and dive into this video. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Before we head into the Sun and Earth alignment, which is what we focus on in these transit reports, I want to point out something really interesting. And I did do several videos that were related to this that you can go and watch here that have to do with where the outer planets are right now. But for right now, I'm highlighting here the different gates that Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto are all in the knowing circuit. Okay, all of them. So Jupiter's in the 2, Saturn's in the 55, Uranus is in the 23, and Pluto is in the 60. These are all in individual circuitry, and individual circuitry is here to be different. It's here to bring change. It does not fit in, and it's where the evolutionary impulse of humanity runs through the human design chart. So all of the outer planets, except for Neptune, which is lighting up the sensing circuit, which is also creative and expansive and not at all logical or reasonable. But all the other ones are in this knowing circuit, and the knowing circuit is highly intuitive, okay? It's where we plug directly into that creative consciousness of the universe. And it brings us insights and epiphanies and downloads and just different ways of seeing things, different ways of understanding the world. And so the outer planets are all inviting us in different ways to be opening up to our intuition, to be opening up to really leading edge, out of the box ideas, insights and possibilities and potentials that maybe are not as available to us at other times when we don't have so much of the knowing circuit lit up. So my invitation to you is just kind of check this out for yourself and be tuning into, how is my intuition working right now? Am I allowing that to be an active force in my life? Am I purposely, asking my authority? Because all human design authorities are intuitive. None of them are logical or rational. And so they're all intuitive. So, am I really tuned into my strategy, my authority? Because those are going to be helping you with tapping into your intuition. So I would say, hey, take advantage. It's like these big forces, massive forces that are influencing whole generations of people because they stay in a place for a long time, right? So these are going to be in these gates for, weeks to months. And so you have an opportunity to step out of that left brain dominance and activate your own intuition, and particularly your own inner knowing. So while we have the knowing circuit being lit up by the outer planets, we have the sensing circuit being lit up by the sun and the earth during this upcoming transit that starts on Friday. So the sun is going to move into the gate 29, which is on the sacral center, and it is known as perseverance in traditional human design and devotion in quantum human design. And then the earth is going to move into the gate 30, which is also in the sensing circuit. It's an emotional energy. It's on the emotional solar plexus. And it is the gate of desire in traditional human design and the gate of passion in quantum human design. So let's go ahead and dive into that gate 30 first. The gate 30 is a potent energy. In the I Ching, it's called clinging fire. Okay, it's intense. And when we see this in somebody's chart, we go, oh, the intensity of this chart is amplified by like 10 when you have the 30. So if you've got this defined in your chart, chances are you've got some pretty intense energy. in your life, and it's good to learn how to manage it. So the awesome thing about the 30 is this kind of passion that we have, right? It's this like, I'm like engaged with it. I'm passionate about it. And it's called clinging fire because the idea is that you're able to stay with your passion long enough for it to manifest. Its mate is the gate 41, which is on the root center, and it's called imagination. And so the idea here is what is it that we are imagining? What is it that we're bringing in? Now, this is going to work really beautifully with all of those activations in the knowing circuit because new ideas are going to come in, new possibilities, new ways of seeing things, new perspectives. And so you can be downloading from there. And then when you find something you feel passionate about, right, you can activate that 30 and ground yourself in this ability to stick with something and to stick with it, not just because you're slogging through and you're using your willpower. This is not willpower. This is emotional energy. It's about how do we generate our emotional energy so that we can stay focused and we can stay committed to whatever it is that we are interested in bringing into the world. Now, the thing about the 30 also is because it's so intense, right? It can kind of fry you. Okay. If you're not on top of this energy and focusing where you want it, it can just create intensity. Okay. And that can be intensity that moves out into the world in ways that are not beneficial for you or for other people. Or it could be intensity that you actually have about yourself. Okay. So you want to be able to focus it on something where that level of intensity is going to be helpful, right? And it's not just about amplifying everything, right? Amplifying emotions, because it has the potential to do that. So when you can focus it, it can be a really great ally for you. So I would suggest that you just like really tune in and be like, what am I passionate about? Or what have I been passionate about, but maybe I'm not quite feeling it right now, but I'd really like to feel it again. Or something that I've been wanting to get more involved with, and I can feel it pulling me, but I want to build it all the way into a passion, right? So it's a great time for that. And then the sun is lighting up the gate 29. And this is a wonderful combination because the gate 29, it's on the sacral center. It's also in the sensing circuit. So all of the sensing circuit, and this includes the 30 that I was just talking about, but all of the sensing circuit is right brain energy. It's creative, it's expansive, it's experiential. It's embodied. It has a storytelling or a narrative kind of quality to it. And so the 29 has that also, and so does the 30. So as we're kind of leaning into this experiential energy, like this embodied, expansive energy, the 29 asks us, what are we devoted to? What have we been persistent about? What can we be persistent about? Where can we have perseverance? I really like it being renamed as devotion because devotion has a spiritual quality to it, right? It has this quality of like, I'm willing to become a devotee to whatever it is I'm devoting myself to. So one of the questions for you is, what have you been devoted to in your life? What do you want to be devoted to now? Because sometimes earlier in our life, especially, we can be devoted to our conditioning. Right? We're devoted to carrying out the direction of our conditioning. A lot of times that has to do with a kind of standard narrative of, go to school, get a job, have a family, buy a house if you can, that whole thing, right? And we can be devoted to that narrative, right? I know I was devoted to the narrative that I got into of getting a PhD and becoming a professor. I got very devoted to that narrative. I got very devoted to that version of my life. And I was persistent with it. I had perseverance. I even had passion. So I had some of that passion there. And until I didn't. And then I didn't. And some of it was conditioning and some of it was genuine desire. So part of it for us is to be sorting through what is genuine desire, what is genuine passion, what is it that really is lighting us up, and what might be conditioning, because a lot of times they're kind of intertwined with each other. So it's a good time to kind of separate those out and get real with yourself about what do you really feel passionate about, or what could you feel passionate about if you allowed yourself to actually feel passion. And then, can you devote yourself to it? right? Can you devote yourself to it? Because that's the invitation that the sun has for us, is to be like, what do you want to light up with the energy of the sun, that you are saying, I want to give my attention to this. I want to give my energy to this. Because that's what devotion is, right? And in my Embody Your Human Design class that we've just been starting, we were talking about attention today. Somebody had a little bit of a breakthrough about understanding the value of attention. And one of the things I said in the Unleash Yourself intensive that we did a few weeks ago, I quoted Martin Shaw, who's a wonderful storyteller, and he said, we make things holy by the quality of our attention. And so that's what that 29 is about. It's like, what are you making holy with the quality of your attention, with the quality of your persistence and your devotion? And my invitation to you is to really review where you've been putting your attention, your time, your energy, your resources, your money, whatever it is, and to look at that and go, is that really what I want to do? Is that really where I want to be moving everything that I have in that direction? Or do I want to revise that? Do I want to shift it? Do I want to change it? Do I want it to go into a new place? Because as you do that, then you'll have that fire of passion to light it up, right? And then you can stick with it. So this is just a super beneficial transit for you, particularly if you have been feeling like, the way I've been doing stuff isn't quite really the way I want to be doing stuff. And it'll give you the support that you need to be looking at, well, what is it then? What is it for you? And not only that, with all of these activations in the knowing circuit, you can also be like, show me, guide me, bring it in. I'm open to receiving, right? We got Jupiter in that too. I'm open to receiving. I'm open to letting it in. Okay. And also Uranus in the 23 is also about that. It's like, I'm open, show me what is going to awaken me, what's going to enliven me, what's going to inspire me, right? That is your opportunity. And I'd like to invite you to come join us in our Becoming Sovereign Quantum Retreat Center and Global Community. If you haven't already been there, this is our online virtual community with literally people all over the world. And there are curated courses in there that you can go. There's ones on human design type, one's on intuition by design. And then there's also live sessions. I'm going to do a live session in August. That'll be a Kriya practice, which is super important for your deconditioning. So there's also replays of earlier human design focused classes that I've done. There's a lot of really great content in there for you to go and check out, and then to join us as you are able to for live sessions. So I will put the link down in the description. I'll be here at the end of the video, and I hope to see you there. Many blessings, much love. Bye for now.